You can't allow other people who did not even create you to tell you or define you for who you are. Hey loves, so today I wanted to talk about how we should not let others define us for us. So there's a saying, or there's a quote, it's called "Don't let others define you for you." That is one of my favorite quotes. Like, I live by it, and it has helped me through a lot of tough times that I did go through in the past. I even put it like on my email. What is it called? The little note that you put at the end of your email. Signatures. And I like to use this as like a little reminder for myself, and of course for anybody who may come across my email. So I just wanted to kind of talk on that subject today, and pretty much what that means and how you can implement it in your life. You know how people say, do you want to hear the good news or the bad news first? I like to hear the bad news first. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about, and I do have a couple notes, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about what happens when you let others define you for you. Really quick, there's like 6 things that can happen. Well, 6 things that I'm going to cover today of what can happen that can greatly be detrimental to your life. So really quick, I'm going to go ahead and run through what can happen if you let others define you for you. You can lose a sense of identity. You lose your old values. You don't really know who you are. So you ever heard that saying where they say, I've lost myself, or I need to find myself? I'm so sorry. I don't know why this came on. It's supposed to be on sleep mode. I probably bumped something. I don't know. You can have a loss of identity. You lose your old values. That's one. Another thing is you gain a sense of you have no self-worth. With no self-worth, that means you need approval from almost everything you do, or it can just be in particular instances. You're living based off others. You have no boundaries. When you have no boundaries, everything's blurred, or your boundaries are blurred. When your boundaries are blurred, you put others before you. So it's like you come last, the husband comes first, the kids come first, everybody, the parents come first. Everybody comes first but you, and you put yourself on the back burner. You may have a feeling of feeling trapped all the time. And the reason why you feel trapped all the time is because you feel like you're stuck in a particular role. And when you are stuck in one role and you're not able to delve into other spaces, it leaves you feeling trapped. One more thing I wanted to add is resentment. So over time, probably as you heal, I think this would be more so in the healing process, but as you heal and you start getting the old you back, then you're gonna start feeling more resentment towards others. Yeah. You're gonna start having conflict with others and the issues that you dealt with them in the past. But that would be later on down the line, but it is still a consequence of just allowing others to define you for you. But you can't get mad at them. So it's kind of like a catch-22, because it's your fault that you allowed them to define you, but then you have resentment towards them. But these are the reasons why you should not let others define you for you. And now I'm going to share some ways on how to implement or prevent that from happening. Diving even deeper, self-hate is actually could be like the root or the reason to why you are just allowing others to define you. Unresolved trauma, that is also even deeper. That's like a deeper root of getting into that space of allowing others to define you. And for example, if you have trauma from when you were a child, or from a past relationship, if you have this trauma and it was unresolved, You never healed from it. You're gonna gain that sense of, oh yeah, wait. And by unresolved trauma, I mean like something that has happened in your life where you're avoiding it. Something that has happened in your life where you're internalizing it. Or you are just like self-absorbed in your shortcomings that you have experienced recently or way back when. So when you don't address these issues, then it's definitely going to cause a rift in your life, and it's going to create that atmosphere for you not being able to define you for you, but you allowing others' opinions to kind of rule and take over your life. I do want to state that self-hatred is pretty much a defense mechanism. So it's like a way or a coping strategy or a way to protect yourself from the world, from whatever situation you're in. And if the situation did happen a while ago, it's like you're still in guard mode, like you're still protecting yourself from something that probably happened with one person, and then you're carrying that on to your next relationship, and then that person has to deal with it, and then over time you realize that you're doing this in every relationship, and it becomes sort of like a habit. It becomes who you think you are, but it's not really who you are. And when that happens, it's very important to self-actualize and make sure that you heal before you jump into that next relationship. So once you realize that it's not you, it's not them, it's you, then you need to take a step back, take a break from relationships. For example, this is just an example because this can apply to any relationship. But let's say this is an intimate relationship. Take a break from these relationships until you are able to get your old self back. Because, and by old self back, I mean like not who you used to be when you was out in your clubbing days. Like, don't bring the bad habits back. Bring back who you are, like the root of you, like your morals, your values. That's the root of who you are, and it's gonna take a while, and you just have to dig deep, and you may have to spend a couple months, you may have to spend a year, it might be even longer than that for some people. But before you dive into another relationship, or before you get into another relationship, you definitely need to get those ducks in a row. Because not only is it going to create damage in another person, but it's going to create more and more damage in you. And it's going to build up that, it's going to build up more and more resentment, like I discussed earlier. So the resentment doesn't happen off the gate. It's not going to happen off the gate when it comes to letting others define you for you. It's going to happen over time. And this is going to be a result of the unresolved traumatic issues that you're throwing in the back burner and you're just avoiding every day. Sorry, y'all, I'm so thirsty. If you're like really stuck really deep in this rut, then if you think of it in this manner, like think of you allowing others to define you and you internalizing what everybody say. Take that as a way of being self-absorbed. Yeah, take that as a way of being self-absorbed within yourself. Because think about it this way. If you're always constantly saying, oh my gosh, well, this person thinks this about me, that person thinks this about me. If you're constantly thinking about what people think about you, what other people's opinions are, why do they feel this way? They should not feel this way. If you're constantly thinking about that, that in turn is very self-absorbed. You're not just letting life ebb and flow. You're literally just super self-absorbed. So on the other end of this, on the other end of the spectrum, if you're like really stuck really deep in this rut, then I think of it this way. If you're always constantly saying, oh my gosh, well, this person thinks this about me, that person thinks this about me, if you're constantly thinking about what people think about you, what other people's opinions are, why do they feel this way? If you're constantly thinking about that, that in turn is very self-absorbed. You're not just letting life ebb and flow. You're literally just super self-absorbed. So on the other end of the spectrum, You can see somebody who's self-absorbed, and they may be self-absorbed in a positive way. People may describe this as like a narcissist, even though that's really not the clinical term. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, you can still be self-absorbed when you are constantly ruminating about yourself all the time. If you feel like that is the case for you, definitely think about it that way, and maybe that will help you jump right out of that rut really fast. So now that we got the bad stuff out the way, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the good. So I believe what needs to happen is you need to accept yourself, flaws and all. You need to accept every single thing about you, from your toes to the top of your head. It's very important not to be harsh on yourself. We're human. We're all doing this thing called life for the first time, right? If you want to just chill, lay out, and relax for a day, when you're always busy, you're taking care of your family, you're taking care of the kids, you're taking care of the husband, you're even taking care of your pets if you got any, you're taking care of the parents, you're making sure that you're on good terms with everybody, your relationships are all on good standing. It's a lot to upkeep. When you're busy, it's okay to be lazy sometimes. Naturally, as humans, we are lazy. And by lazy, you guys, by lazy, I pretty much just mean like you're just chilling, relaxing, you're taking a rest day. So not really lazy. Lazy is when you are in a habit of doing nothing all the time. That's what lazy is. Versus relaxing, chilling, you're taking a day off. Cool, that's okay. That's very needed once in a while, for sure. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Give yourself breaks. Give yourself time to unwind. And every day you should have at least 30 minutes to an hour per day to yourself. Sometimes longer, especially if you don't have any other responsibilities that need to be done, or if you're done with the responsibilities for the day. Then yes, definitely take that time for yourself, cultivate yourself, get to know yourself, date yourself, hang out with yourself. And once you do those things more and more, you're gonna realize how much you enjoy hanging out with yourself. Just like how you enjoy hanging out with your friends, you have to enjoy hanging out with yourself first before you even get in any other relationship, including a relationship of a friendship or a relationship. Be sure of yourself. Always be sure of yourself. Now, it's so easy to say, but it's definitely going to take time to achieve that. You have to gain that confidence first. You have to get rid of the insecurities. I'm not all insecurities, because everybody has them. Once again, that's part of being human. Everybody has insecurities. But get rid of allowing those insecurities to take over your life. And I discussed this in my past video, but insecurities do stem from internalizing things. You allowing people to pretty much control you. So it kind of rolls really well into this. Here's a good example. Like, you can't tell a dog he's not a dog. Like, there is no way you can tell a dog he's not a dog. You can't tell anything that it's not what it is. You can't tell a man, you can't tell a woman she's not a woman. You can't tell a woman she's not a woman. That's like walking up to a woman and saying, you're not really a woman, girl, you're not. You can be like, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm a woman, but okay. It's the same thing in knowing and being sure of yourself. You can't allow other people who did not even create you to tell you or define you for who you are, when they did not even create you. And by creating, I mean like we're all created by God. We're all created by Jesus. And it's like, why would we, especially if you're a Christian, why would you allow anybody else to even tell you who you are? You know who you are through Christ. If you didn't get anything from this video, get that. You know who you are through Christ. And nobody else can tell you otherwise. I really wanted to share that. That was definitely on my heart for the past couple days. Probably even longer than that, to be honest. But yeah, don't let others' opinions take over your life. Because if you allow that, like, it can actually change the entire trajectory of your entire life, because you're literally letting someone control your life. I'm gonna end right there. Don't let other people define you for you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope this really helps someone out there. I hope this helped anyone who is currently dealing with this issue. You feel like you're stuck in a rut. You feel like you are just trapped. You feel like you've been through so much that you don't realize that you're even in this position. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week or next time I post.